Hello, family members. I hope you're having a nice day today. Happy Pride! It's also my mom's 70th birthday, so that's kind of exciting. Happy birthday, Mama! um, I wanted to talk today on the first day of Pride about the QIA, or what, however you choose to uh, abbreviate. The part of the queer community beyond the LGBT. And, that's a topic I've obviously touched on before. I have a whole series about the mythicals, the people who aren't gay or straight and, that don't exist in a sense. And, I think that obviously there's a little bit of that for gay, bi, and trans people and lesbians, but there's a lot more knowledge that they exist than there is of public understanding of, intersex people or, people who are questioning or gender fluid or non-binary or uh, you know, pansexual, asexual, demisexual. Then, of course, you get all the way down to the very least likely to be understood, like the aromantics and the aegosexuals and things like that. And I hope that as a community, we can maybe rebrand away from LGBT because that is directly exclusionary. Whether we want it to be or not, it is. It's directly exclusionary of intersex people, of asexual people, questioning people, non-binary, aromantic, all of us, the people that belong in the queer community but are overlooked because it's hard to find your community if you don't know that they exist. It's hard to live your whole life and not know that there's a word for what you are. Like, I didn't know aromantic. I didn't know that term or that, there was other people like me until I was in my mid 30s. Imagine trying to figure out who you are and how you want to live your life as a young adult and not having any way of understanding your orientation. I knew I wasn't asexual. I knew I felt like sexual attraction, but I also knew that I just didn't ever feel right dating. And I never could picture myself being married. And I just never really was certain that romantic love existed. It wasn't until I found out that there were other people like me that I realized that there are other people who weren't like me, you know? And and it was so relaxing to finally have the words. And then later on when I found aegosexual and I was like, oh, okay, that explains why asexual never felt right as a label, but that I wasn't ever, you know, really all that interested in being personally involved in things, more of an observer. And it was really important to me to find my community, to be able to understand that we have, sort of started building a culture and we have our own tropes and whatnot. We have things that are commonalities and then diverse experiences too, and it's really hard to kind of come to grips with things when the community uses terminology that isn't explicitly inclusive of us. You know, it allows people to gatekeep and try to keep us out of queer spaces, which is inappropriate, you know, or questions our validity, you know, or that our queer experiences are even real, you know. Um, I kind of brought that up in one of my previous videos in the comments. We kind of were talking about things, and I think it would be nice if it was gender and orientation minorities, you know, because that would cover us, you know. Gender and sexual minorities, which is a nice enough acronym, does at least include intersex people, but, you know, not everybody's queer because of their relationship to their sexuality, you know. My sexuality is not straight. I'm not heterosexual. So I would be queer even if I wasn't aromantic. But my aromanticism is a far larger part of my identity. It's far more motivating. It's far more driving of how my life is gone, defining of me. And it kind of hurts to see my community kind of bulldoze over that, even when they sort of try to be inclusive. You know, the QIA is kind of a mess because the A can stand for asexual, aromantic, agender. I mean, there's a lot of different things. And then people want to say it's ally, which is like interesting, a choice, right? And I think it would just be nice if we could find a nice umbrella term that, you know, also, I just think it would be nice if the umbrella term didn't include the word sex. I hate to say it, but that word has connotations, and if you take it out of the uh, picture, then I think that that takes away a potential rhetorical argument that people might use in bad faith, you know? So my hope is that this pride, I see aromanticism, asexuality, intersex people, non-binary people, you know, all the people, demisexuals, and um, you know, all the different gender minorities, gender fluid people, demi boys, demi girls. You know, I'd like to see us talk more in terms of women loving men, women and men loving men, you know, because it's kind of confusing when you talk about gay people, because you could be talking about men loving men exclusively, or you could be talking about men loving men and women loving women. And I think that it's just a leftover, you know, patriarchal thing where gay can mean gay man, or it can just mean homosexual, because homosexual men are the default, you know. And it's like, that's not true. You know, there's a lot of people in the queer community who are not homosexual men, you know. There's a lot of people who are gay who are not homosexual men. So it'd be nice if we could maybe, you know, just be a little more inclusive in the terminology that we use this Pride Month, you know, and make sure that everybody feels welcome in the community, because we all need this time to feel like our existence is worth celebrating, that it's, you know, okay to like who you are and to exist and take up space and be a person and be a part of society and advocate for your needs, to celebrate your community and, the people around you that are either your family or found family, your friends, your support system. This is our time for all of us to touch base with each other and our community and build bridges and have a good time and revel in corporations bowing down and catering to us instead of like pretending we don't exist. I know a lot of people are very anti-corporate pride, and that's fine. People are allowed to be how they want to be. But for me, I just find it amazing that we live in a world where it makes more money for them to be inclusive of queer people than to not be inclusive of queer people. That's a huge change. That's not how it's been like my entire life. I remember the whole Ellen thing. It was a mess, you know? Connection to queerness used to be the kiss of death in a corporate sense, in an industrial sense. And it's not. It's a marketing tactic. And that's a little gross, but it's also kind of amazing, And so I'll probably buy some rainbow merch somewhere. Hopefully I'll be able to find maybe a craftsman person, somebody that actually needs the money. Although I'm out of money, so I might not be able to do that either. Might be hard to resist the temptation if the right opportunity comes up, especially if I see some really nice aromantic stuff, because I have a problem. But, enjoy yourselves, you guys. If you're not queer, watch my video, the LA Pride Challenge thing. If you join in Pride celebrations, that's wonderful. Feel like you belong there, because you do. Because the more people that show up and support us, the better. And, be respectful of people who it's their space. Don't expect them to adapt to your needs or your wants, but go and be part of the community and show your support, because we need it now more than ever. And to my fellow queer people, you've made it another year. Look at you. You did it. It's Pride again, and you made it. It's amazing. You are so cool. You're so strong. You shouldn't have to be this strong. You shouldn't have to have gone through what you've gone through to get to this point. But you have. And that's incredible. I am so proud of you. And I hope that you're proud of yourself, because you're amazing. Take care of yourselves, all right? Happy Pride. Bye.